the change of the importance of the sectors. How the importance of the sectors have changed. We have seen the three sectors of importance like primary, secondary and the tertiary sectors. Now coming to the primary sector, earlier the farming was a major activity which was done, and most of the employees, like up to 80 to 90% of the Indians, depend on the farming. In the late 50 years, like 1950s and 60s, we got the industrial revolutions and got impacted into India. We got recently independence in 1950s. Then we got the industrial revolution. The first 5-year plan was stressed for the implementation of the industries. Then they started to stress it on the industrial development, which stressed the industries to develop, which brought a certain change from the shifting of the people of employment from the primary sector to the industrial sector, which led to transformation of the employment opportunities. At the same time, it has increased the GDP income also, because we have the shift of the people. In a family, we have some people working in their fields, at the same time working in industry, and added advantage for the families. The incomes of the families have increased. But in the last 30 years, the trend has completely changed. The production in the farming has increased to a little bit. Industries have contributed to 20%, but coming to the service sector has contributed to a very large extent, and it has transformed into the highest transforming or sharing of the GDP in most of the countries, and that too in the developed countries it has become a very larger proportion of share towards it. Now we determine a country whether it is a developed or a non-developed, like majority of the people should be in the third sector, not in the first sector, that is not in the primary one. They should be either in the secondary and the tertiary sector. That has become the criteria to assess whether a country is developed or non-developed. If you see in America or in Australia, you have the number of people depending on agriculture is just less than 5. The number, literally the number is less than 5. In our country, if you see in every 100 people, you find 60 people at least depending on the agricultural sector. So now again the service sector is again redivided into 3 categories. The first one is the community services, like we have different communities where we are having that and all these things. And coming to the communities, we have the different aspects dealing with the things. And coming to the finances, we have the banking, insurance, finance, non-finance issues, trades, hotels. So the service sector is again redivided into these categories, and it is contributing to a larger extent to the growth of the country. It has provided a number of employment opportunities. Here you don't need to provide any agricultural crop or anything. Here you are going to get paid for your services, which has increased very in the last 20-30 years, which has contributed a lot to the GDP.